Hello, my name is Kierra Robertson, and today I will be talking to you about Through the Fire, which is an anthology about basically the struggles of life and how we have overcome them or how we have learned to adapt in situations that have affected us. Let's get started. So I do want to start by reading an insert from my chapter, which is Anxious for Nothing, Thankful for Everything. All right, so I will start with a part that basically gives a description of what I have been battling throughout my life. In 1991, on a Thursday in Little Rock, Arkansas, at 4:50 p.m., a baby girl was born with a racing heartbeat so fast that the doctor nicknamed her a pony. From what I've read, for a fit racehorse, the normal heart rate is fairly slow. But for an excited or nervous horse, rapid heartbeat is common in the first half of the race. I guess you could say I entered this world anxious for something. So with that, throughout my life, I have actually battled with anxiety. And for me, it has been a fear of the future, a fear of what if, and the fear of showing up and still not being enough because of already feeling like I'm not enough. This book, Through the Fire, actually came through Meka Miller, which is one of my dear friends. And she asked me, she said, hey, I know you have a lot going on. You're doing a lot. You have a story to tell. And I have the perfect opportunity for you to tell that story. So she contacted me. We talked about it. And we actually had a Zoom with the 5 other women in this book. It's actually 6 of us. And we all talked and it felt right. It felt like the moment that I had been waiting for to tell my story, or at least a part of the story, because it is an anthology. So with that, you cannot tell your full story in just this. But I feel that Through the Fire was an entryway into authorhood that I feel I'm actually going to continue. Right now, I am in the process of writing my first solo book. And that is something that I never would have thought that I would be doing when I was younger, reading books, getting my hair pressed, or reading books for RC tests or AR tests, wherever we lived, because I moved around a lot. So I never would have expected to become an author and to tell my story about things that have troubled me, people who have hurt me, and situations that have made me feel less than. I never would have expected to revisit those moments in a book that is printed. So when she asked me to be a part of Through the Fire, the process started out really hard for me because I didn't know where to start. She gave us a lot of time to, well, when you think about it, a month really isn't that much time, but she did give us an outline to help us start. Just write. That's pretty much what she told us at the beginning. Just write. And of course, I overthought it. I was trying to write what this became that way from the get-go, but that is not the process that you have to go through. It does not have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be in the format that you see on these pages. It can be a timeline when you first start. It can be a brainstorm on a piece of paper when you first start. But the biggest thing about it is starting and sticking. So with this process, Meka really helped us start, stick, and progress to having a finished product. So with that, I am definitely grateful. So once the book was written, once I sent it off and it was approved, it was formatted, and she let us know, you will have your books in about a week. It really set in for me what I was talking about in those pages. And I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit scared. I was nervous. I wanted to go back and say, you know what, never mind, I'm just playing. This isn't what I want to do. But what it actually made me do is have some hard talks with people who might be affected by what I write. And what I found in having those talks was they weren't as difficult as I thought they were going to be. It actually changed the dynamic of some of my relationships, for the better for some, and for some, they might have ended or taken a pause. Overall, I feel Through the Fire helped me, kind of like therapy, unpack some things that I had on the inside that needed to come out, and help me evolve into a woman who can look at herself and say, you are enough. You can do anything that you set your mind to. You have been doing it, but you have been showing up scared. So now I'm at a place where it feels I'm showing up, I'm not afraid, and more opportunities are coming. Exciting opportunities, opportunities that I never thought that I would jump for. And when things don't go as planned, or when the big opportunities come and then they go away without the end result that you thought, the biggest thing that I have learned to take from it is remember that you are an author. You write your own book. Your life is your book. And for me, what I have learned is I want my life to be what God has for me. I want my life to be looked at as a legacy, an example of someone who is obedient, who overcame all the obstacles that it is to be a human and to be on this earth, and who fulfilled her purpose. I am Kierra Robertson, the author of Anxious for Nothing, Thankful for Everything, from the anthology Through the Fire. I want to give a special thank you to Meka Miller, our visionary, and also a thank you to the co-authors of Volume 1 for Through the Fire. It has been a pleasure being co-authors with you, and I look forward to the many volumes to come and the many women's stories to come. Thank you.